Greetings to you all, and welcome back to Let's Play Dungeons & Dragons, Warriors of the Eternal Sun. My skeleton crew is running on empty. Kane has done a good job so far, carrying his dead teammates. But his journey is not yet over. He still needs to carry them all the way back to town. And you're going to get used to this walk back to town. I think I said this before. But it's a recurring theme. Whilst we can teleport to our destination using the caravanner, we cannot quick travel back to town. We have to walk. So settle in. And I should probably hide. First try. Fantastic. Look how far we've come. Now, a few things have crossed my mind. A beastman? What are you still doing alive? Seems odd that we would miss a few. Good lord, I can run for miles per turn. Maybe I'll just navigate the whole way home like this. See you later, beastman. We get to keep the battle music for a while, though, that's nice. But a few things have crossed my mind. Number one, my team's useless. We'll try and remedy this problem momentarily. Number two, there's an item in town that I missed. This was pointed out to me by a viewer, and it's a secret item in town that I never knew existed, which I find somewhat incredible, that there are still things in this game that I don't know about. For a moment there I thought I'd gone past the bridge. Don't mind me. But yes, it's a secret item that I didn't know about. Who would have thought? So we'll grab that too. Don't like the fact there's just bears roaming the wilds out here. But welcome home, my friend. See, it's not that long of a journey. When you skip the fights, it's fine. Step number one, we must revive the dead. Old man of the church, will you help us once more? Thank you. And of course everyone forgets what they were currently wielding. I don't know why. Short memories on this team, but we'll soon fix that. Everyone's looking good. Team order is a shambles. Not the best on paper, but thematically, that's the correct order. Ish. I don't really care about the bottom three. They can go wherever they like. Oh, I haven't shown you these. So I looked at the graves of my own people. Lovely. But the other graves also have engraved headstones, and they're all comedic. Apparently not this one though. Never mind. Look at the rhymes. Fantastic stuff. That's not how you spell think. We've got to give them a little bit of slack here. It's hard to come up with puns. That, however, is stunning. I like that. Right, so here's what I didn't know. So I was aware of this tower, but I didn't think anything was in here. What is this tower? It's the crypt, which is in the graveyard. That makes sense. We can desecrate graves. That's right, the graves of the nobles. There's nothing in here. There's not even a corpse for some reason. You might think maybe they'd be buried with some of their riches, but no, there's nothing in any of these crypts. So what we're doing here really is just defiling the dead, which is fun in its own way, but not useful. What I didn't know is, in one of these corners, this one I think, there is a hidden wall. Behind the hidden wall, the remains of a fighter who wore +1 chainmail, which apparently didn't do him any good, but it will do me much good. Thank you, game! How did you know? Now, we have the +1 chainmail, which can be used by anyone on my team, I do believe. So for now, I will let Elodie have it, since she's my frontliner. But ultimately, I'm hoping to get her some better armor in the future. Welcome to the shop. This is how we remedy the useless team problem that we have. Because we have leveled up sufficiently, the shop is stocked with new, better, improved gear. Very expensive gear that I can't even afford. +1 slings are incredibly cheap and very good. Are they better than bows? They're equivalent to bows. So a bow is 1 to 6 and a +1 sling is 2 to 5. So they are equivalent. So I'll keep the bows on the bow users, but I will get a couple of slings. For sure. I don't want to spend too much money here because there are other important places we need to go to. Nice, rabbit. We don't need that. Don't need that anymore. Or that one. It's time to cash in on this because it doesn't do anything. But money does do something. It's therefore better. That is it for everyone, I believe, as far as selling goes. Oh no, I can sell some... I'm not in the armor shop. Right, of course. Why would the weapon vendor buy leather armor? What was I thinking? You there, I wish to sell you this leather armor. 8! That was worth keeping. So we have... very expensive stuff here. And very cheap stuff. So let's make sure we get everyone the best stuff we can get them. So plate mail is, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, better than +1 chain. So you may be wondering, why would you ever buy +1 chain? Well, not everyone can use plate mail. For example, my cleric can use chainmail, but she can't use plate mail. I'm fairly sure a halfling can use plate mail, and no one else here. I'm also fairly sure the wizard can't use anything apart from a cloak, and that the thief can only use leather, which means he wants this. But I don't want to make a fool of myself, so I'm just going to test this theory a little bit. So inventory, you should be wearing the plate. You are wearing the plate, great. And I'm going to transfer some items around just to satisfy my own indecisiveness. So if I give you leather, do you wear it? No, you don't. Do you wear chain? You do. Can a thief wear chain mail? Is my last question. I think the answer is no. No, he can't. Okay, my understanding was correct. And by the way, if you give a character 2 items of armor, they will automatically wear the best one. So it's not that he's wearing the leather, so he won't wear the chain. If he could wear chain, he would. He will always wear the best from his inventory that he's able to wear. So, there's going to be a lot of organisation in this video. It's not going to be much combat. If you're here for the combat, then maybe, I don't know, skip to the next video. But it's an RPG, this happens. You know it does. One other thing I want to be armed with information. I'll be back here. I want to buy a shield, at least a regular shield. But I do want to see what spells are for sale. I don't want any of these. So we have Entangle already. Web is essentially the same as Entangle, for all intents and purposes. Protect from missiles, I mean, it has its uses, I guess. But it doesn't deal damage, so... Standard rules, if it doesn't deal damage, who wants it? And in order to save time, we're going to need... Is it 1,000 gold for you? Good, 1,000 gold, yes. Right. Anyway, I should stop thinking about arming myself and I should think about saving the world. That'd probably be a good idea. My lord, we have bad news. I'm not too sure about the spies, but foes everywhere, I agree with you. Alright. Calm yourself, man. I'm trying my best here. No, it's okay. You just want to say the same thing to me over and over again. I understand. I mean, we are trying our best, right, lads? Lads? Stop hiding from me. Marmillion, we're trying our best. Sent back in time. The Duke who is mad? The Duke is not mad. The Duke is angry. That's completely different. You're going mad, you say, Marmillion. Or rather, maybe everyone else is going mad. Hello? No, I did not. How did you know about it? That's very suspicious. What are you doing to Marmillion? Leave him alone. Marmillion, you okay? This is also very odd. Marmillion may be on to something when he says that people are losing their sanity. What do you have to say? That's a perfectly reasonable reaction to everyday life. Thank you, man. Okay, thanks. I mean, you didn't get me a present or anything, so... It's not really down to me if they want to... No, never mind. I swear, these people, they're so ungrateful. Storyline-wise, if you want to know what's going on, well, I guess I shouldn't tell you, but because I know the global solution. I'll tell you what we're supposed to know by this point. I keep you wondering. So everyone is starting to go mad, except for Marmillion, who is staying indoors in this game called Dungeons & Dragons: Warriors of the Eternal Sun. Interesting. He's also burning incense, which is helping him. But, in case you can't tell by Teapot Man, everyone in the town who's walking around is losing their mind slowly. But Marmillion, he's still with it. He's the only one who's got his sanity left. Also, I am rich beyond all belief now. I think Marmillion rewarded me for those artifacts. Do we want the better Warhammer for the cleric? We do. Can you use spears? I honestly can't remember. Thank you, game. I didn't know you did that. I had no idea. You warned me if I was about to make a blunder. +1 dagger's going to be better than a standard staff. Can you use spears? Probably not. You can! Okay, I know nothing about this game. Get rid of the axe. Get rid of the staff. Keep the withered vine. For no apparent reason. We're never going back to the swamp. We're just keeping it for fun. So we could buy some bows, but they are really expensive. And I'd rather spend the rest of my money on armor. Armor, I got you some plate mail because there's no way you're getting that. That's fine. You have nothing because you can't equip anything. You have standard leather, I could get you +1. You have +1 chain, I'm not beating that. Okay, +1 leather for you. And a nice fancy +1 shield for you. Leave. Everyone's equipment's looking nice and blue. Blue is an improvement. Except for Kane, who is the only one in the squad to have a +2 weapon. Stay stronger than everyone else. It says carrying shield, but I am using it. That's what you do with shields, right? You carry them. And you'll see my armor classes now. Although Elodie only has a base dex of 12, which is very, very poor, because I can wear plate mail, which is the best kind of armor, and a shield, which is also +1, my armor class is down to 1. If you look at the top the right column of the top stats page. Armor class 1. That's very good. Compared to Pocky, who has abysmal armor. This armor that she isn't even wearing. She has no armor. Just base dex for her armor class. 8 is awful. Kane is starting to get a bit outclassed because he's stuck on leather and he can't use a shield, I think. We'll double check. And for some reason my cleric has 18 dex and now +1 chain, so she is very well protected. Let us sell the junk. Which is... that is doing nothing. We'll keep the haste spell because we're going to scribe that once we can. We'll sell that. We'll keep the potion of cure poison. That could be useful. And that is everything. We will take one quick check to see if a thief can use a shield, but I don't believe they can. No, you can't, because my armor class hasn't changed. It's very difficult to tell because it says carrying whether you're using it or not, but you'll see I have an armor class of 3, and if I take it off him, he still has an armor class of 3, so it wasn't doing anything. Right. Team is armed. The improvement to armor class will be by far the biggest difference you'll see. My damage numbers will go up by about 1 on average for my attacks, which is good, but you're not really going to feel it. But the armor class is going to make things hit me a lot less often. It's going to be great. Little disappointed that there's no exciting spells available, but they'll come. Have no fear, they will come. Right, I just walked back to the Beastman Caves. Why did I do that? Because we have brethren to the north. Remember what they said, gold-skinned brethren to the north. We have finished exploring. Mouse time. Hang on. We have finished exploring these caves. So, now we need to go north. That's impossible. This looks pretty north. And it's a cavern. And that guard said, have you explored the cavern to the north? I don't know why he said this, because I don't know how he knows about it. But this is as north as we can get. It's also the only other place we can realistically get to. You could describe this as north, but this is on fire. And fire is not good. It hurts. So, with that in mind, we're going to the top right corner to explore the northern cavern. In search of our gold-skinned brethren. Oh, hello. Unfortunately, my friend, your skin is the wrong colour. Don't clip that out of context. That's Kane. That is how you hit. Did you see that? Did everyone see that? Is everybody taking notes? That is how a real warrior fights. And also, I want Pocky to get this experience, so I'm not going to use Magic Missile because I didn't sleep. I'm just going to hope. Damn it. Also, my cleric's equipment is the wrong way around. It throws me off every time. Kane is a really high level from his solo adventures, so I'm going to try and get the experience on literally anyone else. Hello, your tiny legs can't carry you that far, I see. Armor class coming into play there. Probably would have been dead without it. Yeah! That feminine battle cry. And I'm sorry, but I can't stand this. Wait, how do I debind? Yes, use this. We got it. Finally, a use for turn undead. Turn undead is a starting spell that the cleric gets. We haven't used it yet. As you can imagine, it's effective only against undead enemies. In fact, it instantly kills them, so against undead it's very strong. But we haven't fought any undead. We have fought beastmen, troglodytes, lizardmen, and then an assortment of random animals. Spiders, carrions, rats. But not undead. The undead are coming. Have no fear. As with any good RPG, there are always undead. Now, I do not know the easiest way to get to this cave, and I always get stuck in these bushes. So if you'll excuse me for a moment, I'm going to grind my face against some particularly fierce and immobile hedges. It is very misleading what you can and can't walk between in this game. Like, place your bets. Can I walk in between those two small bushes? No. What about that tree stump and that bush? Also no. But I bet you didn't think I could walk through that, did you? It's madness. No one knows what's going on. I can't walk behind this tree for some reason, but I can walk behind this tree. It's crazy. Everything's crazy in this game. It's the eternal sun. It's warping our minds. We can't even navigate through a bush anymore. I can't walk down from this position despite the fact there is clearly nothing there. I feel so trapped. I just want to walk around. Okay, let's try this. How is there a cliff below me? Where even am I in the world? There's a cliff below me. Oh, it's a little outcropping. Okay. World encounters can happen over here, by the way. They're kind of rare, because the terrain impedes enemy movement. So they can't chase you very well. I don't think they spawn very frequently, because there just isn't much ground to spawn the enemies on. But it can happen. Anyway, we get to enjoy the music for longer. The longer I take. Welcome to the Northern Cavern. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It's been very exciting. It's an RPG. It happens. Let me rest, actually. I need to get my spells back. And heal. Healing's good. Mina might have new spells. No. So I am going to rest. I'm going to save. And I'm going to call it a video. In the next one, we shall venture into the Northern Cavern in search of our gold-skinned brethren. And I'll give you a spoiler. They are here, and we shall find them. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I shall see you then.